Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm just a little tad late today. It's all caught up in doing some business stuff and just looked up and the clock was ticking. So I'm here though. Um, we are still reviewing the book, A Year of Positive Thinking, Daily Inspiration, Courage, and Wisdom by Cindy Spiegel. And last night we talked about a letter of gratitude. Now, how many of you actually sat down and wrote a letter of gratitude to somebody you were grateful to for whatever it is they did for you? I hope you did, because it's a very uh, nice gesture. Whether you give it to the person or not, it is a very nice thing for you to do, because ultimately it makes you feel good. And it can keep you in that really good vibration for a long time. So just try it. Just write a letter to someone, whether you give it to them or whether you intend to give it to them or not. Just write a letter to someone you're very grateful to and tell them how grateful you are to them for whatever it is. Or you can just say, I'm grateful to you for being you. Sometimes that will make somebody's day. Never know. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about something that we talked about a few times, because whether it was the actual topic or not, we've talked about it, and it's love yourself. So, and that's the topic. So I'm going to read, and it's just a one-liner, but of course, you know me. I have to say more than one line. It just doesn't make sense for me to be here otherwise, right? So here's the line. Love yourself first so that you can teach others how you want to be loved. Simple, to the point, true, right? So let me say something about this, because, we all think we love ourselves. But there are some things that you may need to look at in your life to determine whether or not that's actually true. And I'm gonna talk about that. Okay, so love yourself enough that you treat yourself how you want others to treat you. You treat yourself with the utmost respect. You take care of yourself. You have better relationships. You make better choices. All of that, right? So when you love yourself, you show and teach other people how you want to be loved. In the words of, my favorite person, Lisa Nichols, she says, people treat you how you treat you. And if you're not loving on yourself, there's a lot of signs that you're really not loving yourself. So if you don't think you're worthy of love and you don't love yourself, you project that energy out into the world, and then you wonder why you attract people who treat you badly. you know Now, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault that anybody abuses you. Well, I am sort of saying that, but abuse is abuse, and whatever those people's issues are. But think about it. If you're not loving on yourself and you're projecting that feeling or that energy into the world, you're attracting the type of people that won't love you. They might pretend to love you, but they're not really going to love you. They're going to treat you like you treat you. If you're, making somebody else, more important than yourself, then they're gonna use that. People, okay, well, you're gonna treat me like a king, but I'm gonna treat her like the dirt under my feet. No, we don't want that. So you attracting people like that, it's not a matter of chance. It's a matter of letting this thing up here and that subconscious part. You remember I talked about Your subconscious mind being your emotion center and where your emotions lie. Well, your self-love lies there as well. It's not just all the other emotions and the love for somebody else. It's your self-love as well. So your subconscious mind, or what Bob calls your paradigm, may be making you think that you're not good enough to be loved. And so that's how you live your life. So once you let that false belief in, then you begin to take on the behaviors that reflect that feeling. So then you're attracting negative people, you're attracting abusive people, and not that you intended to attract them, but it's just an energy that's drawing these people to you. So when you love yourself, you have confidence, you believe in yourself, you let go of abusive, negative people that treat you bad, all those people, but you then you start to attract loving people, confident people, people that support you and don't excuse me, don't put you down and that sort of thing. So, and then you don't let people use you. You know, People say, well, you're so selfish, you're only thinking about yourself. Well, it's good to think about myself, because if I don't think about myself, who's going to do that? Not that I'm exclusively thinking about me. That's not the point. The point is that I put me first. I used to say, I put whoever it was first. But no. The only person that I put before me is God. Then everybody else comes later. Because I know from personal experience, and when you don't love yourself, you attract the wrong people. These people will use you until they use you all up, and then they move on to something else. And that's just how it happens. I like that quote that I don't know where it came from, but you hear it all the time, and it says, "Never allow someone to be your priority when they only make you an option." So if you're doing that, you're making everybody else a priority and they're only making you their option. That means you're not loving yourself enough to stop that, to cut that off at the knees. So when self-love is absent from your life, these are the things that you do, because you're not loving yourself enough to say, hey, wait a minute, that's not how I want to be treated. You treat everyone else as if they matter, but then you treat yourself as if you don't. This is called self-hate. Okay. Yeah, it's a harsh lesson, but that's what it's called. I was listening to a YouTube video. Tyrese was talking, and one of the things that he said, self-love is the cure to self-hate. And that is so true. Now, you may not think that you hate yourself, but examine your life, examine how, your behaviors, your relationships, all of the people that are around you. Are you letting people around you, now you know that people are treating you bad, or people just using you just to be using you? You know that people think, oh, well, I can just go and say anything to this person, and they won't do anything. They'll still come when I call. If you got people around you like that, that might be an indication that you don't have enough self-love to let them know that, no, I'm not. I'm going to do things for myself. And, if I got any leftover, that overflow thing, then I'll help you out. But I'm not your doormat. You know, you don't have to be mean about it. Just say, you know what? No, I'm not doing that today. Or no, I can't do that today. Whatever your no is. And another quote from Lisa Nichols, make your no just as valuable as your yes. As a matter of fact, more valuable than your yes, because if you're always constantly saying yes, your your yes really has no value. Because if you ever say no, whoever those people you're saying no to will all of a sudden go, what? They said no? That, that can't be right. I'm always able to get whatever I want from this person because they always say yes. Well, if you're always saying yes, despite the fact that you may not want to, then you may have to examine yourself and see, "Eh, do I really love myself enough that I won't let these people use me like this?" You know, think about it, and really challenge yourself, and just think about all the behaviors that you're doing and letting the people do around you. Is that an indication of self-hate? And if so, you can turn that around. You have that opportunity. You have that power. One of the exercises that Bob Proctor teaches, and you've probably heard it other places as well. It's a mirror exercise. So you look in the mirror and you say positive things to yourself. And you speak in first person. I love you. I think you're beautiful. I whatever it is. And you keep doing that until you actually believe it, until you actually feel it. Now, believing it without the feeling, you may not get that far. But keep telling yourself I love you. I love you, Viv. And keep saying it and keep saying it and keep saying it until you feel it. And then when you feel it, that's when you're going to change the behavior. That's when that energy that you were putting out to the world before will change, and people will suddenly notice it. They won't know exactly what happened, but they'll notice it and they'll, wait a minute, I don't think I want to be around them anymore. They just seem different. And of course, you're different because now you love yourself enough that you're not going to let people use you like that. So if you find that you have people in your life like that and you are giving people priority over yourself, then you need to do some reexaminations and really think about whether or not you love yourself enough. I put on my mirror because sometimes I have these feelings of I wasn't enough, and maybe this is why this happened, maybe this is why that happened, and I had those feelings of maybe if I do this for that person, maybe they'll love me, maybe if I do this for that person, maybe they'll love me. And I had to get rid of that because it wasn't true. People are going to love you only when you love you. You're not going to attract somebody that really loves you. There'll be somebody there that really wants to use you, but somebody that really loves you is going to love you because they feel that love for yourself coming from you. It's an energy thing. Some people call it an aura. I don't know, whatever you believe in, but it's an overall energy that radiates from your body, and people just know, wait a minute, this person really cares about themselves. It's the way you carry yourself, it's the way you treat yourself, and it's the way you let others treat you that's going to determine whether or not you have enough self-love to carry you through. So if you find that some of these things are creeping up in your life, do the mirror exercise. And I guarantee that those people who were treating you badly before will all of a sudden all start dropping off the map. Not dropping off the map as in dying. I'm not saying that. That's just gross. But what I'm saying is they'll stop coming around. And it may not even be anything you say or do. It's just all of a sudden they feel a different vibration coming from you. And then they can let it go. And you can let them go because you don't need them. You need people around you that will treat you, like I said, like you treat you. So, what do you think? Just go with love. Treat yourself as if you love yourself and love yourself for real. And if you don't have the confidence or belief right now that you love yourself, do that mirror exercise and I guarantee you things will change for you. So that's all I have to say about that topic. And I did not put my challenge stuff in the copy because I was kind of rushing, and I have these things that just keep coming to my head when I'm doing these topics, and I'm trying to type as fast as as fast as the thoughts are coming in before I forget stuff. It's because it's like um there's like a radio that goes off in my head, and I'll see a topic and all of a sudden I have all these things I want to say and things I put out there. So sometimes I forget some stuff. I'm allowed. But anyway, but I did. I mean, I still took very good care of myself today. I When I woke up this morning, because I went to bed really late last night, and I decided, I need 30 more minutes of sleep. And so I did. I just laid there and I dozed back off to sleep. And then I got up and, drank my water and had my morning cleansing tea, um, and I got back. I got back in the bed and I wrote in my gratitude journal for another half an hour. And then I got up and just started my day. I did my exercises, I stretched, I went and took my shower and, brushed my teeth, all that stuff. And I just felt really good today because I had a lot of things on my agenda, but I wasn't rushed. I didn't feel rushed. I didn't feel like, oh, like I gotta hurry up and do this, I gotta hurry up and do that. But I had a plan for the day. And I'm getting so much better at that because that was a challenge for me, and because my mind was saying, "Oh, girl, you retire. You don't need to do all that." But I do have things to do. I do have a business. I do have all of that. But but I'm on my own timeline. Depending on what I want to do. But I also want to get things done. So because of that, I was having some organization, I wouldn't say organization, focus issues. So, I in my coaching sessions, I've got a lot of good information from that, and on how to build that skill. So I have, and it's an amazing thing when that happens, as you feel so much better about life, about getting things done. So I also had a mastermind class today, which was a wonderful. I mean, we had a really nice conversation, and I am with a nice group of people that just really are very intelligent people and very everybody's like a go-getter. They really want things to happen for themselves. So very nice group. Also, for my love and good stuff folder, didn't really have anything today, uh, other than, oh, I did. Hold on. When I did my live, because I do a live after my workout, I'm just sharing my health journey with people, and I had like was it 3 or 4 people show up in my live this morning, so that was a nice surprise, and something to put in my love and good stuff folder for later with a smile. It'll make me smile and say, oh, this happened this day, this was great. And so hopefully you're still doing something good for yourself every day. And don't forget to love yourself, because that is like the ultimate wonderful thing you can do for yourself every single day, is to love yourself. And then once you love yourself, you'll start treating yourself so much better. So, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to you tomorrow. In the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. And I love you guys so much. Thanks again for watching. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye-bye.